Commutative property of multiplication. The commutative property of multiplication states that the product of a multiplication problem does not change when you change the order of the numbers. For example, 2 times 3 equals 3 times 2. Another example, 5 times 7 times 9 equals 9 times 5 times 7. Rewrite each multiplication fact another way by rearranging the numbers, then write the product. For example, 2 times 6 times 4 equals 6 times 4 times 2, which equals 48. A. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 4 equals 20. B. 5 times 5 equals 25, and 5 times 2 equals 50. 2 times 5 times 5. 2 times 5 equals 10, and 10 times 5 equals 50. 7 times 2 times 3. 7 times 2 equals 14. 14 times 3 equals 12. Carry the 1. 3, 4, 42. We could also write 3 times 2 times 7. 3 times 2 equals 6. And 6 times 7 equals 42. Now these are just sample answers. You could rearrange it even a third way. You could do 2 times 7 times 3. You could do 7 times 3 times 2. You could do 2 times 3 times 7, and etc. Okay, so I'm just going to give you one example. All right. Question D, 7 times 1 times 11. You could do 7 times 1 is 7, times 11 is 77, or you could do 7 times 11 times 1. 7 times 11 is 77, times 1 is 77. 5 times 4 times 3. 5 times 4 is 20. And 20 times 3 is 60. Or you could do 3 times 4 times 5. 3 times 4 is 12, and 12 times 5 is 60. Question F. 1 times 2 times 3 times 4. So 1 times 2 is 2, times 3 equals 6, times 4 equals 24. So I could do 4 times 3 times 1 times 2. 4 times 3 equals 12, times 1 equals 12, times 2 equals 24. 5 times 2 times 5 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10, times 5 equals 50, times 2 equals 100. I could do 2 times 2 times 5 times 5. 2 times 2 is 4, times 5 equals 20, times 5 equals 100. H. 6 times 2 times 1 times 4. 6 times 2 is 12, times 1 is 12, times 4 is 48. Or I could do 6 times 4 times 2 times 1. 6 times 4 is 24, times 2 equals 48, times 1 equals 48. 3 times 2 times 5 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6, times 5 equals 30, times 2 equals 60. Or I could do 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 equals 12, times 5 equals 60. So the commutative property of multiplication tells you that you can switch the order of the factors and you will still get the same product.